I'm covering for Dhanachari Prabhu today. He asked me if I can cover. I said yes. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna. So we'll be continuing to read
Hare Krishna.
Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, Chapter 6, The Liberation of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, text 85 to 86. Okay, synonyms. Chapter 85 to 86. Anyone remember what we did last time? Last time was read by His Grace Kaivalya Prabhu. Is my voice is audible?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Great. Anyone like to read the Bengali verse? Okay, I can continue.
I can read.
Yeah, please.
Bengali is not shown here, Prabhu.
Oh, you want to see the Bengali? Yeah.
Hare Krishna. যদ্যপি জগৎগুরু তুমি শাস্ত্র জ্ঞানবান, পৃথিবীতে নাহি পণ্ডিত তোমার সমান। ঈশ্বরের কৃপা লেশ নাহিকো তোমাতে, অতএব ঈশ্বর তত্ত্ব না পারো জানিতে।
Translation. Gopinath Acharya then addressed Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. You are a great scholar and a teacher of many disciples. Indeed, there is no other scholar like you on earth. Nonetheless, because you are bereft of even a pinch of the Lord's mercy, you cannot understand him, even though he is present in your home. Wow. 87, please.
তোমার নাহিকো দোষ শাস্ত্রে এই কয়ে, পণ্ডিতাদ্য ঈশ্বর তত্ত্ব জ্ঞান কভু নহে।
It is not your fault. It is the verdict of the scriptures. You cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead simply by scholarship. Purport. It is a very important verse. Even big scholars cannot understand Krishna. Yet they dare comment on the Bhagavad Gita. Reading the Bhagavad Gita means understanding Krishna. Yet we actually see many scholars making blunders in trying to understand Krishna. Gopinath Acharya's statement is confirmed in many places in the Vedic literature. In the Katha Upanishad 1.2.23, it is stated, Nayam Atma Pravachayanena Labhya Na Medhaya Na Bahuna Sutena Yam Evaisa Brunnate Tena Labhyas Tasyesa Atma Binrut Bibrunte Tanum Swam. It is also stated in Katha Upanishad 1.2.9, Naisa Tarkena Matir Aparneya Praktanyenaiva Sugyanaya Preshta Yam Tvam Apah Satya Dhitir Batasi Tuadrun Na Bhuyan Nachiketa Prashta. The fact is that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Super Soul, cannot be attained simply by explanations, logic, and erudite scholarship. One cannot understand him simply by one's brain substance. Even by studying all the Vedic literatures, one cannot understand the Supreme Lord. However, if one is slightly favored by the mercy of the Lord, if the Lord is pleased, one can understand him. But who are the candidates eligible to receive the mercy of the Lord? Only the devotees. They alone can understand what is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord reveals himself to the sincere devotees when he is pleased with his service. Swayameva spuratyadaha. One should not try to understand the Lord simply from the statements of the Vedas, nor should one uselessly attempt to decry these statements through reasoning and logic. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirbhisesa Sunyavadi Paschat Desa Tarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Good morning again. Thank you so much for joining and giving me this opportunity to read Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is such a wonderful subject matter we are reading at least every Wednesday. Chaitanya Charitamrita is primarily for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Srimad Bhagavatam can be is meant for all Vaishnavas, and Chaitanya Charitamrita is particularly is very important for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, followers of Srila Prabhupada and ISKCON, because we understand, we learn so many things on these activities of the Supreme Lord. Krishna himself, in the form of a devotee, he performs so many pastimes just to teach how they are saying that apani acharya kar prachar, how with his own behavior he taught his followers the Vaishnava behavior. So here, particular incident is title is subject is liberation of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, we know he was a impersonalist. Impersonalist in the sense that Mayavadi, and a follower of Shankaracharya teaching. And it is very prominent. It was very prominent. Till now, it's still prominent all over India. That time seems Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was prominent leader of all Shankaracharyas. Now also, I believe the Shankaracharyas, have a high position in Jagannath Puri. He has a some statements they give always on Vaishnavas and others, and nothing new, because even Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, has the similar understanding on Vaishnavas. They understood that Vaishnavas are inferior transcendentalists, sentimentalists. And the purpose of life is one should study the Vedas and Upanishads, recite them, and become a jnani. So here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is showering very, very special mercy on Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Bhattacharya noticed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu become unconscious in Jagannath Puri. He arranged to bring the Lord to his home. So he's developed a security by inviting home to his own home. But he doesn't know who is he. He was thinking he will train him. Somehow or other he's attracted to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because of his effulgence, his beauty, his Supreme Personality of Godhead. He said he's being thinking I'll be very kind and merciful to him so that he can continue his sannyas ashram without falling down. So here Gopinath Acharya, his son-in-law, right? A brother-in-law or son-in-law? I think brother-in-law, sorry. Am I right, brother-in-law? Anyone remembers? I didn't look into, yeah. So his brother-in-law, he is a devotee of the Lord. He's a devotee of the Lord. And he's revealing to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya that, oh, the person who you're serving is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya would not accept it, because they won't accept very easily the personal form of the Lord. And then he says that, oh, they know in this age, there's no incarnation anyway. So a lot of discussions we all read last week, and it's continuing. Gopinath Acharya is continuing to educate and shower mercy on Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He says, you are a great scholar and a teacher of many disciples. Indeed, there is no other scholar like you on the in the earth. So what happens? One becomes a great scholar and teacher of many disciples. What happens is one becomes very puffed up, can be proud. One can be very proud. So even if this verse says that it is not your fault, it is the verdict of the scriptures that you cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead simply by scholarship. By cultivation of knowledge, by yoga process, by austerity, by charity, one cannot get the mercy of the Supreme Lord. And Prabhupada gives the some of the references. Now I would like to give some of the references, if you can see my screen, from Bhagavad Gita also. In Bhagavad Gita, in two places, at least two places next to each other, Krishna informs Arjuna. He says that, the forms which you saw, O Arjuna, cannot be seen by any kind of knowledge or austerity. Here, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, this form of mine you are now seeing is very difficult to behold. Even the demigods are never seeking the opportunity to see this form, which is so dear. Then he says, the form you are seeing with your transcendental eyes cannot be understood simply by studying the Vedas, nor by undergoing serious penances, nor by charity, nor by worship. It is only by these means that one can see me as I am. What that means? Only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am, standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way you can enter into the mysteries of my understanding. So here Krishna also has very specifically mentioned. He says, no, everybody is there, but everybody cannot see it. When you may be a big scholar, you may be reciting, you may memorize 700 verses of Bhagavad Gita or more, but it doesn't mean that you can know Krishna. One cannot know. This is the last statement he has given, and before that also he has given. You have two times he referred the same thing. So we can understand Gopinath Acharya's statements here is very much authentic, that even though Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is a great scholar, so much of knowledge, so much of followers, you cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead simply by scholarship. So here Kathapanishad is referring, and 1.2.23, again 1.2.9. It is not. So how fortunate, how grateful we are to Srila Prabhupada, for giving us how we are able to understand a little bit about Krishna. There's so many writers on the Bhagavad Gita, compilers, translators on Bhagavad Gita. Even they are failing to understand. That's why they do not mention anywhere Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. where the purpose of the Bhagavad Gita is to know Krishna. Vedeshcha sarvam ahamev vedya. He says that. Still one does not understand. Any further comments on this, please? How you feel, how you find in your life, really is it, have you ever observed that how fortunate you are to be able to know Krishna? Any comments today?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
We are fortunate enough to know Krishna because through these classes, this Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and reading, and then devotee association, I myself, I can tell that I have so many things I'm knowing.
So you did not know Krishna before?
No, I know Krishna before.
Well,
but more elaborately with devotees and like senior devotees or experienced devotees, they whatever they say. So I'm experienced a lot of things.
Okay.
That's what my experience is.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate your comment. Anyone else wants to say, how, we know Krishna before, maybe the Krishna name, Krishna deity, Krishna is a god, and Krishna is one of the Hindu gods. Like that, we knew it. Now, then and now, anyone has seen any difference in your life? And if that difference, how you got that difference? Any comments from others? Amal Prabhu, Bhavagray Prabhu, Nishing Prahlad, Kishori Mataji. Yeah, I can tell. I can tell something. If you're still thinking, you feel free to share. We know Krishna name everywhere, Krishna temples everywhere, but we didn't know who Krishna was. He maybe is one of the gods like others. Maybe he's God. We don't know. Maybe he's Hindu god like that. But we had some knowledge on, here and there we had some knowledge, but we never knew Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's not a God. He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that we are possible because, we learn from the great devotees. At the same time, we are practicing chanting the holy name, readings, performing sadhana. The Lord reveals himself.
Yes, that's true.
Vadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayantite. Aham sarvasya prabhava sarvam pravartati iti matta bhajate mam buddha bhava samarmita. So, as we render service, devotional service, gradually those things are revealed to us in our heart. Is it okay? Any other comments on this? Okay, text 88.
সার্বভৌম কহে আচার্য কহ সাবধানে তোমাতে ঈশ্বর কৃপা ইথে কি প্রমাণে
Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya replied, "My dear Gopinath Acharya, please speak with great care. What is the proof that you have received the mercy of the Lord?" So looks like argument is going on. Gopinath Acharya, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is saying, careful, speak very carefully. What is the evidence you have, and what mercy? What is the evidence that you received the mercy, that you understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, still there in their front in the room. I'm hoping. Yeah, please continue.
আচার্য কহে বস্তু বিষয়ে হয় বস্তু জ্ঞান বস্তু তত্ত্ব জ্ঞান হয় কৃপাতে প্রমাণ
Gopinath Acharya replied, knowledge of the Samam Bonam, the absolute truth, is evidence of the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Again, I'll read. The knowledge of the Samam Bonam, the absolute truth, is evidence of the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Purport. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya informed his brother-in-law, Gopinath Acharya, the Supreme Personality of Godhead may not have shown mercy to me, but what is the proof of his having shown it to you. Kindly let us know about this. In reply to this, Gopinath Acharya said that the summum bonum, the absolute truth, and his different potencies are identical. Therefore, one can understand the substance of the absolute truth by the manifestation of his different potencies. The summum bonum includes all potencies in one unit. The absolute truth combined with different characteristics is the original substance, vastu. Parasya sakti vividaiva sriyate. Thus, the Vedas state that the absolute truth has different potencies. When one understands the characteristics of the potencies of the absolute truth, one is aware of the absolute truth. On the material platform as well, one can understand the substance by the manifestation of its symptoms. For example, when there is heat, it is to be understood that there is a fire. The heat of the fire is perceived directly. The fire may not be visible, but one can search out the fire by feeling heat. So similarly, if one can perceive the characteristics of the absolute truth, we can know that he has understood the substance of the absolute truth by the mercy of the Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita 7.25, it is said, Naham Prakasa Sarvasya, the Supreme Personality of Godhead reserves the right of not being exposed to everyone. Sevan Mukha hi jivado, Swayam eva spratyadaha. The Lord reveals himself to a devotee when he is completely satisfied by the devotee's service. Thus, one cannot understand the Supreme Lord without his mercy. The absolute truth cannot be understood by speculation, and this is the conclusion of the Bhagavad Gita. Amazing discussion, isn't it? So, here he is saying, okay, what is the proof? That Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is saying, I may not have received the mercy, but what is the proof that you have received? He said, the knowledge of the absolute truth. The knowledge of the absolute. Without the Lord's mercy, one cannot know him anyway. He says that the summum bonum, the absolute truth, and his different potencies are identical. We can see, realization is that you can, as a sunlight is there in my room. So I can see sun has risen. And I'm feeling heat. So there is some fire is there. Very logical. And there are people in this world, throughout the life, they take from sun. They know sun is the life for everyone, but people never look up, inquire, who is sun? How come I'm so much dependent on him, on the sun? How much merciful the sun is on us. Sorry for that. So sun is how much merciful. But a sane person, a genuine person, a devotee can really understand, inquire about it, be grateful. How is it possible? Two people, both are on the same earth, same land, but one appreciates the sun, the other don't. So definitely there's a mercy factor is involved in it. So that's why Gopinath Acharya is saying, unless one has a mercy, receives the mercy of the Super Krishna, one cannot understand. So it is not your fault, O Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. It is not your fault, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is saying. Any comments on this purport, this question? Please correct me if my explanation is not clear. So from this we can understand, if I know Krishna, if I know anything about Krishna as Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I'm convinced also it is because of the mercy of Lord Krishna. It is only the causeless mercy of the Lord Krishna and his devotees that I am able to understand that in this morning we are joining the Caitanya Caritamrita class to hear about him. mercy is very much is needed. It proves that. Not because of our own ability, we are able to understand all this. Mother Sobarada, you have any comment on this? If you're still there. Okay, that's fine. Let's do the next, text 90.
ইহার শরীরে সব ঈশ্বর লক্ষণ মহাপ্রেমাবেশে তুমি পায়াছ দর্শন.
Gopinath Acharya continued, you have seen the symptoms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu during his absorption in an ecstatic mood. Yes.
তবু তো ঈশ্বর জ্ঞান না হয় তোমার, ঈশ্বরের মায়া এই বলি ব্যবহার.
Despite directly perceiving the symptoms of the Supreme Lord in the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you cannot understand him. This is commonly called illusion. Purport. Gopinath Acharya is pointing out that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya had directly seen uncommon symptoms of ecstasy in the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. These uncommon symptoms of ecstatic love indicated the Supreme Person. But despite having seen all the symptoms, the Bhattacharya could not understand the Lord's transcendental nature. He was considering the Lord's pastimes to be mundane. This was certainly due to illusion. It's a very nice statement he gave it. He said that, why you don't have a mercy? Because you personally saw the symptoms of the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, symptoms of the Supreme Lord in the body of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Anyone remembers what is the incident he's referring to? Anyone remember what incident he's referring to? When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered into the Jagannath temple, and he, by seeing Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, he becomes so unconscious. He fell in unconscious. And everybody, the Pandas, they thought, who is he? They were kind of disturbed. But Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he came, he inspected Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his symptoms. He said that he's still alive. But the symptoms he has, he doesn't have ordinary symptoms, not an ordinary symptoms. And on top of that, he's very, very great, supremely beautiful, good looking. So he noticed that the uncommon behavior of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not a common in human being. Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Gopinath Acharya is saying, despite directly perceiving the symptoms of the Supreme Lord in the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you cannot understand him. This is commonly called illusion. Right? And it says that even we know Krishna was on earth 5,000 years back. There are so many who accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of God simply bowing down him, being attracted by his beauty, his activities, how he performed superhuman activity. He revealed himself. So many surrendered to him. But there are so many who did not surrender to him. Why? Because they were bereft of the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So same way Gopinath Acharya is making this statement. In order to know this Lord, one has to have the mercy of the Lord. Otherwise, one cannot. Then further, please continue.
দেখিলে না দেখে তারে বহির্মুখ জন, শুনি হাসি সার্বভৌম বলিল বচন.
A person influenced by the external energy is called Bahirmukha Jana, a mundane person, because despite his perception, he cannot understand the real substance. Hearing Gopinath Acharya say this, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya smiled and began to speak as follows. So again, a person influenced by external energy is called Bahirmukha Jana, a mundane person, because we are under illusion. we don't have ability to understand there's a supreme person behind is the cause of everything. One cannot understand the real substance. That's why whole world is always being very much uh, what do you call confused. What is right and what is wrong. So after hearing Gopinath Acharya, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya smiled and began to speak as follows. Let's see Prabhupada writes in purport. When one's heart is not cleansed, one cannot awaken the transcendental nature of the devotional service. As Lord Krishna confirms in the Bhagavad Gita 7.28, Yesam tu antagatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvandva moho nirmukta bhajante mam drudabrataha. Persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life and whose sinful actions are completely eradicated are freed from the dualities of delusion and they engage themselves in my service with determination. When one is actually engaged in pure devotional service, it is understood that he has already attained freedom from all reactions to sinful activities. In other words, it is to be understood that devotees are already freed from sin. A sinful person, a miscreant Duskriti, cannot engage in devotional service. Nor can one engage in devotional service simply on the basis of scholarly speculation. One has to wait for the mercy of the Lord in order to render pure devotional service. Any comments on this? Is my voice is clear?
Yes, Babu, that I like this verse, Tesam Satatam Yukta. No?
Yes, very.
Yena, Yesam Antagata Papam. So sometimes, like why many people doesn't take the Krishna consciousness. I think they're not really free from, from illusions that he says. Moha nirmukta. From illusion, from they had to perform a lot of pious activities to be connected to Krishna. So I really like this verse from Bhagavad Gita.
Very nice, thank you. So your name is, another name is Vaijayanti Mataji?
Yeah.
Very nice name.
Sorry, it just I changed my phone. I changed my name.
Fine, that's fine. Thank you for your comment. It's very, very so in the translation here, persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life and whose sinful actions are completely eradicated are freed from the dualities of delusion and they engage themselves in my service with determination. So what should we understand from this? So does it mean that one has to be completely pure, pious, to understand Supreme Lord? Or one has to be free from all reactions? Who can be free from all reactions in this world? Only unless one has the mercy of the Lord, one cannot be free, right? Because the laws of karma is so intricacies are so strong. So I understand that once we get mercy, we become pure. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, papitapi jatatula harinama udharila, right? They did not see anybody is qualified and unqualified. He gave the mercy. He purified by his blessings. Okay, now I shower my mercy unto you. So one becomes free from all these dualities or free from all these reactions. Even in Narsingha Chaturdasi, we just recently observed, Narsinghadev touched the head of Prahlad Maharaj, and in the purport it says, whatever the little bit he had in impurities, that also got purified. So basically, when we come in contact with the pure devotee or devotional paraphernalia, that way I can understand that one becomes pure. Otherwise, by itself, no one can be freed from the reactions of this world. Sarvadharman parityaja mam ekam saranam bhaja. The moment we surrender completely, then Krishna, helps us fully, frees us completely from the reactions. That's why I say when one is actually engaged in pure devotional service, it is understood that he has already attained freedom from all reactions and sinful activities. This important point here. Prabhupada is when one is actually engaged in pure devotional service, then one is free from all reactions and sinful activities. It means, if you're not engaged in pure devotional service, still the reactions we have it. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? If you surrender completely, and then one person can understand the Supreme Lord fully. Tesam tu antagatam papam jananam punya karmanam.
So yes, Prabhu, this verse he said, Prabhupada mentioned it. He said, how we can understand that Krishna is a supreme by being free from all this. But like you were mentioned, like only by mercy we can be, understand Krishna.
Yeah.
So can you elaborate a little bit? I know mercy is important, but at the same time, this also is important to be free from sinful reaction.
Yeah. By mercy only we come free from the reactions, actually. By mercy, only we can, example, and I'm able to speak today, share today, not expert speaker, I'm sharing from Prabhupada, but at least sharing some understanding. It's not my ability. It's definitely the mercy of the Lord who makes me feel and understand and explain also. Similarly, we all are here studying together is actually because of the mercy factor. The other day, who is that Prabhu was visited? Mukunda Datta Prabhu said, we discussed, so many things happening in this world, and we are so much contaminated all the time. Then how we are able to practice bhakti is mercy factor. And one of the example, Prabhupada, I think Prabhupada's disciples asked one day, based on this verse, he said that, we are following devotional service. We are serving your movement, everything. So now they're asking, okay, what punya we did? What punya we did that we are able to come to Krishna consciousness? Anyone remembers the answer Prabhupada gave? What qualification did we do? If this is the case, the person who has performed all these pious activities in previous life and free from sinful activities, he gets Krishna consciousness. What was our qualification? They asked. Anyone remember that question and Prabhupada's answer? He says that I made your qualification. I made your qualification because when we come in contact with the pure devotees by their mercy, because of our sincerity, that also important. It's not just pure devotee cannot do just many times we expect magics. Okay, I am next to a pure devotee. I took selfie, now I'm getting blessings. Well, it's not like that. I am with the pure devotees in a mode of an humble servant, a genuine desire to serve and subservient to him. Then what happens? The mercy flows. And with that mercy, Yasha Prasada Bhagavad Prasada, with that mercy, one is endowed to understand Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Whereas Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, according to Gopinath Acharya, he did not receive that mercy. So mercy of this section actually readings is 8:32. We still have few minutes. We will study 10 minutes. So we can see mercy factor is very important for all of us. Is the mercy I'm here rendering service? Is the mercy I have some taste for the chanting the holy name? Is the mercy I'm engaged in devotional service? Is the mercy I'm getting inspiration to do anything? Any comments? Mother Golkananda. You okay with that?
Well, yeah, I know mercy is very important, But at the same time, maybe in the previous life, we should have done some good thing. That's why, that's what I always say.
Yeah,
We got the mercy.
it's
Yeah.
like we have done. It's not like we have not done it. Some has done previous life have done it. Someone has done this life done it. Why? They come in contact with the devotees mercy. Come in contact with the Prabhupada's books, Mahaprasadam, and then the chanting. We just heard the holy name from far somewhere. We come. We receive those mercy actually.
We also learn from Bhagavad Gita. We take off devotional serving where we left from our previous life.
Can you please repeat that again?
We start the devotional service where we left from our previous
Yeah,
life.
yeah. If somebody has started devotional service in this life, naturally, means one is carrying from the past life, and someone may have continuing from the past life. Someone may started from this life also. But either start previous life or this life, both are depends on mercy only. With the mercy, we begin. Because Krishna proved that not by knowledge or not by renunciation, not by charity, not by austerity, one can know me. One can know me. Some people very natural inclination, they come to Krishna, they're attracted, and they render service. For some many, you have to really bang your head so much, explain them, feed chat prasadam, pija prasadam, and all these things you have to do so many every day. So many, then finally they come and take it. You can see, you can explain. Some people are very fertile, immediately they will come and accept it. Some is very hard time to accept it, but due course of time, as they become purified, they will understand more and more. So mercy factor is very much is Lord Krishna's mercy, and Lord Krishna's mercy we receive by the devotee's mercy also. So because Krishna says, I have given this to my devotee. My devotee, if you receive devotee's mercy, you will receive my mercy. Very simple. Prabhuji, please continue this one.
ইষ্টগোষ্ঠী বিচার করি না করিহ রোষ শাস্ত্র দৃষ্টে কহি কিছু না লইও দোষ
The Bhattacharya said, we are just having a discussion among friends and considering the points described in the scriptures. Do not become angry. I am simply speaking on the strength of the Shastras. Please don't take any offense. Here is interesting. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was thinking he's a very learned person, but he's taking a little humble position now, so gradually looks like. He said, I'm discussing this, just based on the Shastras, don't become angry. That's a very nice thing. Please continue.
মহাভাগবত হয় চৈতন্য গোসাই এই কলিকালে বিষ্ণুর অবতার নাই
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is certainly a great uncommon devotee, but we cannot accept him as an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, because according to Shastra, there is no incarnation in this age of Kali. His argument is this. He said, okay, I understand that we will accept his Mahabhagavata, a great personality who has great symptoms of devotion, like that. That's why many temples, many places, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is recognized as a great devotee of the Lord. Do you all know? They don't consider as a supreme personality of Godhead. They consider him as sadhu, revolutionary. In Bengal also, many people do not accept Krishna as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as supreme personality of Godhead. He's also another revolutionary, is a great devotee like this. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is saying, okay, I understand he can be a great uncommon devotee. But how can we accept him as a incarnation of Lord Vishnu? What did we learn from this is we all should, it's an education, everybody in this world should ask this kind of question, argue this. They should not come to a conclusion that he's not supreme personality of Godhead. At the same time, they can argue, give me evidence. And then from Shastric point, when they get clarified through Shastras, then they can accept it. Now, because people don't take the help of the Shastras, they do not know who is God. They accept many so-called gods, incarnations. Now, Sarvam Bhattacharya is saying he is called Triyugi. Maybe next sloka he'll say, according to Shastra, there is no incarnation in the age of Kali. You have any point? Anyone has a comment on this? Sarvam Bhattacharya is saying there is no incarnation in this age of Kali. What is our comment? Bhavagrai Prabhu? Anyone else? Sita Mataji, you want to say something? He's saying there is no incarnation in this age of Kali. Let's see what it's okay. Let's see what he's answering. Please continue.
অতএব ত্রিযুগ করি কহি বিষ্ণু নাম কলিযুগে অবতার নাহি শাস্ত্র জ্ঞান.
So that's why he's saying there's no incarnation in the age of Kali. Another name for Lord Vishnu is Triyuga, because there is no incarnation of Lord Vishnu in Kali Yuga. Indeed, this is the wording of the revealed scriptures. Prahlad Maharaj also offering this prayer, isn't it? Let's see. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, is known as Triyuga, which means that he is manifest in 3 yugas. However, this means that in the age of Kali, the Lord appears not directly but in disguise. This is confirmed in the Srimad Bhagavatam 7.9.38. Itham no, this is from Prahlad Maharaj actually. Itham no Tiryogi Rishi Deva Jasavatarer Lokan Vibhavayasi Hamsi Jagat Pratipam Dharmam Mahapurusha Pasi Yugano Vrittam Channa Kalau Yad Avabas Triyugatha Satvam. Prahlad Maharaj is offering to Nrsimhadev. My Lord, you kill all the enemies of the world in your multifarious incarnations in the families of man, animal, and demigods, rishis, aquatics, and so on. Thus you illuminate the worlds with transcendental knowledge. In the age of Kali, O Mahapurusha, you sometimes appear in a covered incarnation. Therefore, you are known as Triyuga, one who appears in only 3 yugas. So this is a statement given by Prahlad Maharaj. He's saying you're appearing in the only 3 yugas. So this can be one of the reference. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is saying, Lord is appearing only in 3 yugas. Now another Sridhar Swami has also verified that Lord Vishnu appears in the age of Kali, but does not act as he does in other ages. That's the difference. Lord Vishnu incarnates for 2 purposes. Paritranaya sadhunam vinayasaya cha dushkritam. That is, he comes to engage in pastimes with his devotees and to annihilate the demons. These purposes are visible in the Satya, Treta, and Dwapar yugas. But in Kali Yuga, the Lord appears disguised. He does not directly kill demons and give protection to the faithful. Because the Lord is not directly perceived in the Kali Yuga, but is directly known in the other 3 yugas, his name is Triyuga. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is giving this point, saying that, Shastra says he's known as Triyuga. He comes on in 3 yugas. But you are saying, where did this incarnation came from? I can accept him as a great Bhagavata, Mahabhagavata, great devotee of the Lord. I can understand. But how is it possible? It's against the Shastric reference verdict. And Prabhupada writes also this, yes. Prahlad Maharaj's prayers to Nrsimhadev, they say, oh my Lord, you are known as Triyuga. Therefore, you are known as Triyuga, one who appears only in 3 yugas. However, he says, in the age of Kali, O Mahapurusha, you sometimes appear in a covered incarnation. Channa avatar. Channa kalau yad abhavas Triyuga Tha Sattvam. Chan Avatar means he does not, in all incarnations, he reveals himself as a Supreme Personality of God. He claims also. In Lord Krishna's incarnation, he says, Aham Sarvasya Prabhava Matta Sarvam Pabhatte Iti Matta Vajadama Buddha Bhavasama. He says, I am the source of everything. I am the Supreme. I am Adi. I am the origin. In all these incarnations, he claims he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he, but in the age of Kali, he does not claim as a Supreme Personality of God. He covers himself, covered incarnation. In Kali Yuga, the Lord appears as disguised. That is the reason he is not Sri Yuga. And that's the reason even Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is also confused. I have a question. So we stop it here. It's 8:44. I mean, anyone has any comments, please? Comments, reflections, questions, corrections, please. Did it make sense at all?
Yeah, also the verse Krishna Varnam Tvasa Krishna. Sango Pangastra Vasadam. Yeah, it must be super.
Yagin Sankirtan and Pai. Yeah, that was spoken by the sage. What is that sage name in 11th canto? Muni. I forgot the name. Yeah, he mentioned that he will come. He will come. Shastras, it is there as a covered incarnation. But everyone have their points, no, to argue. In this world, and among devotees also, we have points to argue. Oh, like this, it should be like this, is like this. But devotees discuss to know more Krishna. But impersonally, they discuss to end Krishna, not to accept Krishna at all. Because they're impersonally, they want to, they do not accept the form of Krishna. They want merge with Krishna. Or they want become zero. When I become zero means then I am not there, neither Krishna is there, Nirvana is also there. So bhakti is the highest transcendentalist process of bhakti. One can really put oneself in a topmost situation, platform. Yoginam api sarvesam madgata antaratmana saddha bhan bhajate yo mam yuktatame mata. So among all topmost yogis is the devotees of the Lord. And devotee can be, as we're discussing, that by the mercy of the Supreme Lord only. So we will, if no questions or comments. Yes.
This also reminds me of this shloka, Bhaunam Janmanam Ante Gyanvan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvam Iti Gyatva Mam Richati.
Yes. So
yeah, but I'm thinking that after doing pious activities for many, many births, and then only we come to know then Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we become purified also, and by the mercy of Krishna and other. But it takes long time.
Well, that's a very good point. That's why I don't know if you are there. I referred Krishna's message to Arjuna. He said that you're able to see me, you're able to serve me, is not because of your pious activities. He says that, my dear Arjuna, this form of mine you are seeing is very difficult to behold. The form you are seeing with your transcendental eyes cannot be understood simply by studying the Vedas or undergoing serious penances, nor by charity, nor by worship. Simply pious activities are not a qualification to know Krishna. Pious activities are entitled to pious results. However, because material security. There are two kinds of security: material security, and actually three kind of: karma janaka security, jnana janaka, and bhakti janaka security. Karma janaka security, by you do some good work, piety, and everything you do, so you will be entitled to nice bank balance, nice health and nice respect and everything. Material securities causes to material prosperity. And spiritual security is when we come in the mercy of the devotees and Lord's blessings, Charanamrit, prasadam, holy name, books, everything devotional paraphernalia, Lord's devotees, when we come, that's a spiritual security. So that helps us to begin our really spiritual journey slowly. So mercy, by His mercy only, everything is a mercy. Mahaprasad is a mercy. Garland is a mercy. Darshan is a mercy. Prasadam is in Rath Yatra is a mercy. Everything is a mercy, actually. The Lord's mercy form. Devotees are also mercy because by seeing a devotee, one can remember Krishna.
Yeah.
That's why we put tilak, we go not only to show that we are the devotees, but also at the same time by seeing a devotee, one will be reminded of Krishna. That's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentioned. Who is a Vaishnava? By seeing whom one will be reminded of Krishna. So, yeah, it's not really okay. We did not. I don't know. We may have performed a lot of pious activities in the past. Certainly, we have because of that only we have all these material possessions and everything. What we are, trillions and trillions of living entities. They don't have anything which what we have it. Am I right?
Yes.
Just behind our house, so many insects, so many trees, so many plants. They are suffering. But I, as a soul, and in a comfortable position, in a nice chair, in a sofa couch, and sitting there, definitely there's a pious activities there that brought us the human life, and that materially very well situated. However, we understand Krishna only by the mercy of the devotees.
Yeah, but some people, even they come in contact with devotees, nothing happens to them.
We think that it'll
Takes time.
take time. We think that Krishna is never goes vain. You may be thinking, I fed this man so much of prasad or nothing. No, it works. It won't. You won't. It's just matter of time for them. It'll take time. One will come, and when it comes in contact with pure devotees, immediately transformation can happen.
Yeah, you have to be pure first to influence.
That's what our process is. Just give prasadam because prasadam is pure. I may not be pure. Prabhupada's teachings are pure. Prabhupada's books are pure. Mahaprasad is pure. Those are pure. I'm not pure. I'm simply a messenger. So to give mercy to others, we don't have to wait until we become completely pure. Yeah, we work on our purification, but to give the mercy, we can act now.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Because it's not me who is pure, who is giving Krishna consciousness. I'm simply an instrument to messenger or carrier, for the mercy. Everything prasadam, all these things, the Lord's mercy, which are very pure, which can bring transformation in the lives of others.
Okay, thank you very much. Nicely explained.
Yeah. So we'll start. Thank you so much for joining. Sri Chaitanya Caritamrita ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kalpatarivascha.